Students, I am K.S. Praneeth Chaudhary from the Department of Computer Science of SRR Government Arts and Science College, Karimnagar. So today we are going to discuss about the revised syllabus for semester 2, which was revised in the year 2019-20. The previous syllabus was object oriented programming with C++, and the revised syllabus is programming with C++. There is not a big difference in the syllabus, but the previous syllabus concentrated on object oriented programming, which is a part of this syllabus, and here we are going to completely know about how to do programs in C++. So this is an orientation class on the revised syllabus, making you aware of the topics in the new syllabus pattern of Shatavana University, Karimnagar. So here we have 4 different units, and the first unit consists of Introduction to C++, Functions in C++, and Object Oriented Programming in C++. So the first unit has 3 different subtopics, which you can see on the screen, that is Introduction to C++, Functions in C++, and Object Oriented Programming in C++. And the second unit, which is the most important unit, is classes. C++ is completely based on classes. So the second unit is the most important unit. This is the critical unit, and you have to be very much aware of this unit 2, that is classes. And coming to unit 3, we have the concept of inheritance and C++ streams in unit 3. So inheritance is one of the concept of object oriented programming, and here you can see C++ streams in unit 3. Coming to unit 4, we have exceptions here and templates here. Both are completely different topics, exceptions and templates. So just have a look on the syllabus here, and now we are going to discuss about what are the subtopics in unit 1. So here in unit 1, the first subtopic is Introduction to C++ Programming. Here the subtopics in the first topic of unit 1 is Applications of C++. Here we can know what are the different types of applications which are being applied using C++ programs. And we are going to learn about the example programs here. What are the tokens in C++ programming? What are the data types in C++ programming? What are the operators in C++ programming? And what are the expressions in C++ programming? Similarly, we are going to know about the control structures in C++ programming. So here we have arrays as the topic, strings as one of the topic, pointers in C++, and searching and sorting techniques in C++. So the subtopic of unit 1 is a very big concept. So here we are going to know from the applications to the searching and sorting in C++ programming. So make sure that we are going to know C++ programming deeply in the second semester. Now coming to the next subtopic, that is functions in C++. So here you are aware that function is a subprogram in a program. This we have learned in C language in your first semester. So the same thing here we are going to learn somewhat deeper about the functions in C++. So here we are going to learn about the introduction to functions, what is the prototype, how can the variables or the data passed into a function, what are the reference variables, how can we use reference variables as parameters, what are inline functions, what are default arguments, what are overloading functions, and how to pass arrays to functions. These are the topics in unit 1 under the subtopic functions in C++. So I will just make a review of the functions in C. There we have learnt about function, that the values that are passed from the main program to the subprogram, that is the function program, those are called as the arguments, and the values that are sent from the function program to the main program, those are called as the return values. So here we are going to learn about functions in C++. And the third topic in unit 1, that is object oriented programming. This is completely a theoretical topic which tells us about the procedural and object oriented programming. Remember that C and C++ are quite similar. There are many similarities in many topics, but C language is called as object oriented programming. C++ is called as object oriented programming, and C is called as procedural oriented programming. I repeat the statement again. C++ is called as object oriented programming, and C language is called as procedure oriented programming language. C is completely dependent on the procedure. It always concentrates on the procedure followed by the programmer. But C++ concentrates on the object of the program. So C is called as POP, that is POP, and C++ is called as OOP. So we are going to learn about the terminology of OOP and POP, what are the benefits of POP and OOP, and what are the different OOP languages, and what are the applications of OOP. So these are the topics in unit 1. Introduction to C++, functions in C++, and object oriented programming in C++. Now we are switching on to unit 2. Here we are going to learn about introduction to classes, and what are the definition of an instance of a class, how to define an instance of a class, what are public class, what is a private class, what are private members, how to implement a class, what are the inline member functions, what are constructors, what are destructors, and how can we pass arguments to the constructors, overloading of constructors, private member functions, arrays of objects, instance and static members, friends of classes, member-wise assignments, copy constructors, operator overloading, object conversion and aggregation. Remember that unit 2, the concept of classes, we haven't heard in the previous semester, that is C language. Except this unit, all the other topics of the second semester, you similarly remember that we have discussed them in the first semester. So the only thing we are going to concentrate in the second semester is classes, because all the previous things we have already learned, just we have to add something to them in the second semester. But the concept of classes is very vast syllabus. Here we are going to learn deeper about classes, because C++, the meaning of C++ is C with classes. We have learned about C. Now if we learn about classes, we will be particularly about C with classes. So the first semester we have learnt about C, and now in the second semester we are going to learn about C with classes. So the classes unit, the second unit in the syllabus, is the very important unit of the whole syllabus of second semester. So just have a look onto the screen about the different types of topics in the concept classes. Now unit 3 here has two topics, and the first topic is inheritance. So here we will be learning about what is inheritance, what are the protected members, and class access, base class access specification, constructors and destructors in base and derived class, redefining base class functions, class hierarchies, polymorphism and virtual member functions, abstract base classes and pure virtual functions, multiple inheritance. These are the topics in unit 3. This is also a completely theoretical topic, where inheritance and polymorphism, we are going to learn the concepts of inheritance and polymorphism in unit 3. Now coming to the next topic of unit 3, here we are going to learn about C++ streams. Streams in C++. What are the different stream classes? What are the unformatted input and output operations and formatted input and output operations? This is regarding C++ streams. Now coming to unit 4, here we are going to learn about exceptions. What is an exception? How an exception is thrown, and how to handle an exception. What is object-oriented exception handling with classes? Multiple exceptions, extracting the data from the exception class, rethrowing an exception, and handling the bad alloc exception. So this is all about exceptions, where we are going to learn about exceptions in unit 4. And coming to the next topic in unit 4, that is templates. What are the function templates? Introduction to function templates with multiple type, overloading the function templates, class templates, introduction, defining the objects of the class templates and inheritance, and introduction to the STL. So these are the different topics in the syllabus of Unit 4. So dear students, each unit in your main theory exam will carry 20 marks. First unit will be of 20 marks, second unit will be of 20 marks, third unit and fourth unit. So here you will be having 80 marks in your main exam for your theory examination. And your internal will be of 20 marks. So there the total marks will be of 100. You will not be getting the marks in number, where you will be given the grades of O, A, B, C, D, E. And practical marks contains 25 marks here. So the whole paper will be of 125 marks. Remember that the first semester practical examination is called as the internal practical examination, whereas the second semester practical examination, that is called as the external practical examination, where one external will be coming to the college from other college, and we are going to make the practical programs under his observation. So the important thing here is tomorrow we are going to, in the next video, we are going to discuss about the different types of programs that have been allotted in the lab cycle. సో విద్యార్థులారా, మీరు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సిన విషయం ఏంటిది అని అంటే, సి లాంగ్వేజ్ బాగా వచ్చిన వాళ్ళకి C++ పెద్ద విషయం ఏం కాదు. ఈజీగా ఈ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ మీరు చేసుకోవచ్చు. సి లాంగ్వేజ్, అందుకే మనము ఫస్ట్ సెమిస్టర్లో చెప్పుకోవడం జరిగింది, సి లాంగ్వేజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ది మదర్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్. ఏ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్కైనా మనము చూసుకుంటే సి లాంగ్వేజ్ని అది ఆధారం చేసుకుంటుంది. కాబట్టి C++లో 75% మనకి సి లాంగ్వేజే కనపడుతుంటుంది. మిగతా 25% ఏదైతే ఉందో అది మనకి థియరీకి సంబంధించిన విషయం ఉంటుంది. ఇక్కడ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ కూడా దాదాపుగా సి లాంగ్వేజ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ చేసిన వాళ్ళకి C++ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ చేయటం పెద్ద విషయం ఏం కాదు. ఇందాక మనము అనుకున్న విధంగా సి ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ మనము చేసేటప్పుడు ఏ మోడ్ అయితే మనం ఎంట్రీ అవుతామో C++లో కూడా అదే మోడ్ ఎంట్రీ అవుతాము. కాకపోతే అక్కడ .c అని ఇస్తాము, ఇక్కడ .cpp అని ఇస్తాం, అంతే డిఫరెన్స్. ఇక ఆ తర్వాత ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లోపలికి మనం ఎప్పుడైతే వెళ్తామో సి ప్రోగ్రాంలో మనము #include stdio.h, #include conio.h ఇది ఇస్తాం. వాటితో పాటుగా C++ ప్రోగ్రాంలో మనం ఫస్ట్ ఇవ్వాల్సింది ఏంటిదంటే #include iostream.h అని ఇవ్వాలి. #include iostream.h అని ఇస్తే ఇక C++ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఆటోమేటిక్గా దాని పని చేసుకుంటూ పోతూ ఉంటుంది. కాబట్టి సి ప్రోగ్రామ్ వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు C++ చాలా అవలీలగా ఉత్సాహంతో చేసేయగలరు. అందుకని మీకు ఇంకా ఎగ్జామ్స్ కాలేదు కాబట్టి ఒకసారి సి లాంగ్వేజ్ కూడా చదువుకుంటే మీకు బాగుంటుంది. C++ మీరు చదివితే మీకు ఫస్ట్ సెమిస్టర్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ పెట్టంగానే ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఇవే మీకు అక్కడ కనపడతా ఉంటాయి. సేమ్ టోకెన్స్ ఉంటాయి, సేమ్ డేటా టైప్స్ ఉంటాయి, అంటే కొంత యాడ్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి, సేమ్ ఆపరేటర్స్ ఉంటాయి. కాబట్టి సి లాంగ్వేజ్ వెరీ సిమిలర్ టు C++ లాంగ్వేజ్. మనకి అది సి లాంగ్వేజ్ వచ్చింది అని అంటే C++ రావటం పెద్ద విషయమేం కాదు. కాబట్టి ఒకసారి నెక్స్ట్ వీడియో నేను అప్లోడ్ చేసేలోపు మీరు C++ కి సంబంధించిన విషయాలు ఒకసారి మీరు వెబ్సైట్లో చూడండి. సి ప్లస్ ప్లస్ చాలా అప్లికేషన్స్ ఉన్నాయి, అడ్వాంటేజెస్ ఉన్నాయి సి ప్లస్ ప్లస్ వల్ల. అట్లనే సి లాంగ్వేజ్ కూడా సేమ్ అదే ప్రయారిటీ ఇస్తూ సి లాంగ్వేజ్ని కూడా మధ్య మధ్యలో మీరు రెఫర్ చేస్తూ ఉండండి. ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్, సెకండ్ యూనిట్, థర్డ్ యూనిట్, ఫోర్త్ యూనిట్. నెక్స్ట్ వీడియోలో మనము దీని యొక్క అప్లికేషన్స్ ఏంటి, ఏమేం టోకెన్స్ ఉంటాయి అనేది మనము నెక్స్ట్ వీడియోలో చూద్దాం. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ యువర్ హియరింగ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.